Hey guys, I survived 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. I have done this before, but I lost the world, which is why I'm doing it once again so I can continue it. Before this video starts, if you're not subscribed, please do. It's completely free and it helps out the channel a lot. I also got a bunch of links in the description if you're interested in more 100 days content from me. That's all, enjoy! Alright, first day. I spawned on an island, which is not that bad, but not really great either. I swam to the other side and I chopped down a bunch of trees, like 7 or something, until I had enough wood. I made a wooden pickaxe and I started to mine the coal that was in, the mountain, the hill. I made some stone tools as well, you know, gotta get those upgrades. We don't like wooden tools. They're pretty slow, you know. I also explored a little bit on the island and I found a bunch of sheep and some sugarcane, so I was like, I can actually live here, so I made a base. Yes. I made a small base, very small. it wasn't really a good looking base, but it's something. I mined down a little bit to find some iron. I found a cave, very small one, with a skeleton that kind of hurt me. I don't know what was on that bow, but it did damage, you know. I mined the iron and I also smelted it immediately, and of course with the iron that I have I made shears, and I of course shaved the sheep and made myself a beautiful looking bed, and of course slept my first night. On day 1 I made myself a small farm. You know, I only have 1 seed, so I had to get some more seeds, so at least have something. I got 4 more seeds. It's something, you know. It's better than nothing. I also worked a little bit on my my small looking base, you know. Had to make it feel a bit more like home. I also switched like the bed color for no reason. I then started to mine down on day 2 till diamond level, and right as I reached diamond level I actually found diamonds. Quite nice. That was the only luck I had throughout this whole 100 days. I made a small base on diamond level and I of course started to strip mine. Eventually found a bunch of diamonds. Throughout this whole mining I only got 18 diamonds, so not a lot, but I did find a lot of iron, so I'm not really that much complaining. On day 8 I started to make myself a bunch of armor pieces, because of course I was planning on a journey and I need protection, okay? I don't want to die. I also farmed a little bit of my crops and I made a small place for some sheep, and of course I brought the sheep into their new home. And yeah, I breeded them and I never looked really back at them again. I also took the bunch of resources I mined throughout these last few days, because I was of course going on a journey. And on day 9 I placed my boat in the water and I started looking for land, and as you can see, found some land. I don't really like a savanna biome. I think the grass color looks like puke. I don't really like it, but for some weird reason I was like, I'm gonna live here. So I stored my items here. I don't think that was really a good idea. And I also made myself a new bed and of course chopped some wood. Chopped down some trees. I started to explore because I wanted to find spruce wood, because I want to build with spruce. But I did not really have much luck. I did find a raid tower, which is nice, I guess. I didn't go in there. I'm not sure if they actually have saplings in there anyway. And then I had this brilliant idea to go back to my spawn and from there on out go a different direction. And eventually I reached a desert, but of course more savanna. I also was running out of food bars, so I had to kill some cows to get some more food. To be fair, I didn't really have any food on me throughout this whole journey, so I need that food, you know. I also found a village and I took the hay bales with me, so now I at least have a decent amount of food. I also found another village and I took the brewing stand and some watermelons. I then found another village very close to a mesa biome or badlands biome, however you want to call it. And finally 6,000 blocks from spawn I finally found spruce. Yes. 6,000 blocks. Was it worth it? Kinda. Kinda. I explored a little bit and I actually found this sunflower plains and I was like, you know what, I kinda wanna live here, so I placed my bed down in the middle of the field and I slept. Now I of course don't have a home yet, so I was like, okay, I need a bunch of things to build my home. And one of those things were sheep, so I got myself a bunch of sheep. I also needed andesite. The texture of andesite really would fit well with the build that I was going for. I've built this house like another time on a server. And of course I needed spruce wood. That's kind of what I traveled for, 6,000 blocks, so it would be kind of stupid to not use spruce wood now. And yeah, wool, I needed wool. And yeah, on day 19 till 26 I started building my house. On day 27 I had a wandering villager very close to my house, so I killed him and I of course took the llamas and tamed them. It's not a glittercrystal video if there ain't no llamas in there, okay? Of course I still had those bunch of diamonds and iron, 6,000 blocks back to spawn, so I had to travel again to get my stuff back. So that's what I've actually been spending these few days on. Just traveling, you know, just exploring a little bit. Eventually found spawn, of course, because you just run to 0-0, and then I eventually found the place where I one day actually wanted to build, but I'm glad I didn't, let's just say it like that. I took the stuff and of course I ran back again, because, well, we need to go home, you know. To be fair, I don't even know why I stored my items in the first place. I just wasted 4 days on running. You know what, actually, when you run here, the house looks actually really cool, so yeah. I'm not very mad about the house. I also got myself, by the way, a bunch of cows because I needed leather so I could eventually get myself a bunch of bookshelves. On day 32, I don't know why I stopped mid-sentence there. On day 32 I made myself a beautiful looking sugarcane farm. And once I finally had that one down, I actually made it bigger. And of course, yeah, I shaved the sheeps. Already planning on my next build, of course. On day 33 till 39 I actually mined down again to diamond level, but this time on a bigger scale. I don't know why, it took me 2 days to actually reach diamond level, by the way. I made myself a base around this lava. I was like, you know what, this actually is pretty cool, so let's just do that. I don't know. I don't know my thought progress here, okay? I eventually found, after a little bit of time, you know, strip mining, I eventually found a bunch of diamonds. On day 40 I farmed my sugarcane, and of course I got some more sugarcane down, so I eventually could get some more. Makes sense. And now of course also shaved my sheeps. Gathered a bunch of wood again, because like I said, I was planning on building again, and I also breeded my cows. On day 50, we're not even there yet. 41 to 43, I of course needed andesite again, so back into the mining andesite. I then again shaved my sheeps. That sounded so wrong. Shaved. I don't even know. And I also, of course, got myself a bunch of more wood. The amount of wood that goes into these builds, by the way, is insane. It's crazy. But yeah, on day 45 to 50, I actually started building a house just because it's fancy. On day 51 till 52, I actually had to get some enchants. So the first step you take is, of course, get obsidian. As always, I get too much obsidian for no reason. I also breeded my cows again. I had a lot of cows. I breeded them throughout building, by the way, in case you're wondering. I eventually made myself an enchantment table, and then I killed the cows for leather. We need those bookshelves, man. I made myself some bookshelves, and I made this place for enchanting. All I really need now is more leather, so I had to breed my cows again. On the day 53, I found a wandering trader and I killed him. Now I spent full day on these llamas, cause I was looking for 5 minutes for where the lead was at, and I couldn't find it. But yeah, I got some more cows, and of course more farming. Eventually got myself level 30 enchants, which is really nice. I then put Fortune 3 on my diamond pickaxe, and I started mining for XP. I eventually put protection 4 on my helmet, and I also found diamonds, which I mined with my Fortune 3 pickaxe. Finally I was getting diamonds. I then enchanted my boots with feather falling 4. Also, I have no idea when I made diamond armor, just letting you know. I just made it randomly. I also put looting 3 on my diamond sword, and I actually got a pretty good sword. So I was like, I'm going into the nether with what I have now. So yeah, I spent 2 days on that. The spawn in the nether wasn't that bad. I just didn't like how I was very close to an edge. An edge above lava. I didn't like that idea. But yeah, I made it a little bit more safer for myself there, because knowing myself, I will eventually fall down and die, and I don't want that. I also had to go back to the overworld to get myself some gold shoes, because I completely forgot about that. Eventually finished the path, and I finally got into, you know, the old kind of nether, so it's nice. I went looking for the fortress, and it was really far away. Also, to mark my way to like find my portal again, I did like weird staircases, and I made like 2 high blocks up just for no reason. And look at that, it was a pretty well hidden fortress. Yeah. Before I actually went into the fortress, I wanted to have fire resistance, so I traded with a piglin, but didn't really get any fire resistance. I did get a bunch of pearls though, so I'm not really complaining. I explored a little bit, trying to find where I could possibly find a blaze spawner. But I eventually found it. I was getting more comfortable in the nether. I noticed that. The amount of time that I was just burning and almost dying is crazy, but yeah. After I got enough blaze rods, I actually started running back home. And I actually had a rough time finding home again until I found this place, and I was like, oh wait, hold on, I remember. I also killed an enderman on my way to get some more pearls, which is nice. We got now 9 pearls if I'm right. And yeah, I went back home. On day 61, I actually put protection 4 on my leggings, and I went back into the nether to get XP, since that was like my only fast way of getting XP. And then put protection 4 on my chest plate, and then went back into the nether again for a little bit more XP to get power 4 on my bow. But I got a really good bow. I'm not complaining about the bow. On day 63, more farming. I was again planning on building something. Just want to quickly say the build that I was going to build is from a blueprint, so I will put a link to that in the description, because I will not take any credits for that build at all. On day 76 till 77, I was like, I want potatoes, so I went exploring, yes. And I eventually found like this plains biome, and I was like, I should have lived here, so I kind of regret like building where I build now, but you know what, that's fine. I found a very small village, it only had 5 houses, so it also didn't have loot, so it's kind of useless village. Eventually found this spruce village, or like taiga village. Is it a taiga village? Yeah, I don't know. But it had potatoes, so I took the potatoes and of course the pumpkins as well, and I ran back home, and wow, this just looks really cool when you just go home and find that massive looking windmill. It's just cool. Anyways, on day 78 till 83 I actually started making a farm, because that was the only thing that was really missing. On day 84 I decided to smelt all my gold that I never really smelted. Because all I needed was like ender pearls. And I was like, you know what, the fastest way to get pearls is to trade. Which is not true. It's not the fastest way. It is the safest way though, so you know what, go for whatever way you like. But I wasted a stack of gold and I didn't really get any pearls. So I had to mine the gold in the nether to get some more pearls. And I think like 3 stacks later I finally got my first few pearls. Finally. I also killed an enderman that also dropped me 1 pearl. The other one that I tried to kill didn't drop me anything, by the way. And eventually I got 2 extra pearls, which got me to 6. I also put efficiency 4 on my pickaxe. And now I had 15 pearls. On day 88 till 89, yes, finally we're going to kill the ender dragon, but first we need to find the stronghold. Through my first eye had a little bit of lag there, and started my journey to find the stronghold. Goodness, my throat's hurting. Stop it. Get some help. I had to actually travel over the sea to find the stronghold. The stronghold was like located under an island. It's a nice island. Maybe I might actually do something with it in the future. I'm not sure. I like building on islands because no reason at all. I just like it. But yeah, I eventually threw the pearl and it went down into the ground, of course. So from there on out I started to dig down and eventually found the strongholds. I really don't like going underground into these dark places where mobs can kill me. I don't like it, no. I explored a little bit of the stronghold and yeah, I didn't really had any luck with finding the stronghold. I did find like, I did hear like lava, so I was like, oh, this comes from here, so I mined a little bit up. from where I heard the lava coming, and I found the lava. So I was like, okay, right, we found the portal. Yeah, we found the portal. Let's go. I broke the spawner, of course, like anyone else most of the time do, except if you're a speedrunner. I also turned off my shaders, because shaders in the end don't really work that well. Some do, but not all of them, of course. I put the eyes into the portal, and I jumped into the end. By the way, the loading in really took me long, that's why I cut it. I threw my pearl to the island, and yeah, I started the fight. And I also have a replay of this, because I have no idea what to say over this whole fight. But I can say I had sometimes really good aim. So yeah, enjoy the fight. Once the dragon died, I gathered all the XP that it dropped, and I of course also took the dragon egg. Took me some time to find the dragon egg. I was just having a blind moment there, but yeah, you know what, eventually I saw the egg and I took the egg with me. I was planning on using the egg. I wanted to, like every other 100 days that I do, I wanted to have a special place for the egg, which I spent the last 10 days on, by the way, on making or mining out the place and making it. So yeah, enjoy this replay of me trying to flex on people with my egg. I don't even know. I ran out of time to work on the details, but I placed the egg in the middle, and oh my, I see a mistake. Oh goodness. Yeah, well, cheers to another 100 days, guys. I actually enjoyed making this one. I'm gonna continue it.